Welcome to Week 5 of our BIM Heroes CPD learning program on business development for AEC.
That's right.
We'll be reviewing articles provided by leaders right from our community.
Looking forward to it.
And this week, we're really taking a deep dive, aren't we, into marketing strategy specifically for AEC professionals.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got, 8 articles lined up?
8 articles, packed with insights. And the goal here really is to pull out those key takeaways, things you can actually use to, sharpen your marketing and boost business development.
Exactly. Going beyond just the theory, we want to synthesize this into, actionable strategies you can put into practice, whatever your starting point is with marketing.
Okay, so let's kick things off. First up is the Introduction to Week 5 by Russ Monrose.
Right.
And one of the first things he hits on, which really jumps out, is that fundamental shift.
Yeah.
How clients, even B2B clients in AEC, operate now.
Yeah, that statistic, over 80% researching online before making contact, that's massive.
It really is. It just hammers home that having a solid online presence isn't like a luxury anymore. It's baseline.
It's imperative. If they can't find you online, or if what they find doesn't clearly show your value, you're already behind.
And it's more than just being there, isn't it? Russ talks about marketing in AEC needing to create a compelling narrative. Yeah.
Showcasing expertise, definitely, but also, and maybe this is crucial in AEC, building trust.
Absolutely. With the scale and investment in these projects, trust is paramount. Good marketing is like that first handshake, that first trust builder.
Right. It demonstrates competence before you even have a direct conversation.
Russ also flags the risks if you don't have a clear marketing plan. Things like just being invisible, which is scary.
Or worse, putting out inconsistent messages that actually undermine trust.
Yeah, and just missing chances to connect, to build those relationships early on. He even mentions the financial side wasted resources on marketing that isn't focused.
Makes you think, doesn't it? How many firms are just kind of throwing money at marketing without clear goals or measuring return?
So looking at the week ahead, Russ outlines the topics. Digital marketing. Content marketing, that's in 2 parts.
Right. Thought leadership and blogging distinctions there.
Exactly. Then developing the actual plan, SEO, social media, email, and then, super important, measuring the ROI.
Can't forget that. Plus the reminder about the CPD certification and the Earn While You Learn program for members.
A really comprehensive look at the whole marketing picture for AEC.
Definitely sets the stage well.
Okay, moving on to the second article. Digital Marketing for AEC Professionals by Rabah DELLILI.
Ah, yes, Rabah's piece. He starts with the basics, defining digital marketing, laying out the key channels, search engines, social media, email, online ads, the usual suspects.
And he echoes that point about its growing importance, right? Because of tech adoption and how B2B buyers, our buyers, do their research online now.
He draws a really interesting contrast, though, between traditional AEC marketing, the trade fairs, the glossy brochures, relying solely on referrals.
Yeah.
And this new digital landscape, especially with BIM factored in, it's not just digitizing the old ways.
That's a great point. It's a different way of connecting. He lists some solid advantages for digital, too.
Like the global reach, potential cost savings, that precise targeting you can do.
Direct client interaction, and, crucially, measurability. You can actually see what's working.
And flexibility. Being able to tweak campaigns on the fly. In AEC, that's huge. Plus, sharing dynamic content like BIM models or 3D visuals in real time.
Okay, let's pause on that BIM connection Rabah makes. He really positions BIM not just as a project tool, but as a potent marketing asset.
Absolutely. Think about immersive 3D walkthroughs or showing sustainability data visually right within the marketing material. That's powerful stuff.
It makes complex value propositions much more tangible, much more engaging than just, say, bullet points on a web page.
Exactly. You can show, not just tell. Demonstrate the sustainable design features using the model itself.
So Rabah then gets practical. Benefits like increased visibility via SEO, building credibility with case studies, showcasing certifications like BIM or LED.
And generating actual leads through targeted content. He then maps out the pillars. SEO, content, social, PPC, email, and analysis.
It's a solid framework. You don't have to do everything at once, but you see how the pieces fit together.
Right. And he gives steps for success, too. Building that strong online presence, really knowing your audience.
That's key, isn't it? Architects, engineers, contractors, they all need slightly different info.
Totally. Segmenting and tailoring the message. Then defining objectives, KPIs, mastering SEO for AEC terms, using LinkedIn, BIM Heroes, Instagram strategically.
crafting effective ads, creating sector-specific content blogs, videos, case studies, building sales funnels, and always optimizing based on data.
He really covers the bases, and the case studies are great too. Skanska on LinkedIn, Zaha Hadid using YouTube and blogs for BIM.
Foster Plus partners with VR experiences. It shows what's possible.
Definitely inspiring examples, but he's realistic about the challenges too.
Yeah, like the increased competition online, data privacy like GDPR, ad fatigue, ad blockers.
The fast pace of tech changes, and always measuring that ROI accurately.
And he looks ahead to AI, automation, AR/VR, sustainability, and BIM continuing to grow in importance for marketing.
It's clear you need to keep learning and adapting in this space.
Okay, let's shift gears to content marketing. Articles 3 and 4, both by ALShimaa Allam, focusing on content marketing, thought leadership, and blogging.
Right. ALShimaa really stresses how vital content is for AEC firms to, well, attract and keep clients, even given how technical our industry can be.
Her core argument is that potential clients want to dig into your experience, your expertise, see real projects.
Right.
A basic website often doesn't cut it.
Exactly. Content lets you tell that deeper story, show your work, and ultimately, she argues, generate more qualified leads than just a static site.
So what are the strategies she suggests? Providing quality content is number one: blogs, testimonials, FAQs, news, videos, case studies, white papers.
Content that shows you really know your stuff, that insider knowledge.
And letting your subject matter experts shine, getting your engineers, architects, project managers to share their insights.
That's so important. Leveraging that internal brainpower builds huge credibility.
She also reminds us it's competitive. You need keyword research, SEO optimization. Content doesn't exist in a bubble. And for local firms, hyper-local SEO is critical.
Definitely. Now, the distinction she makes between blogging and thought leadership, I found that really useful.
Me too. Blogging, shorter, topical, SEO-driven, regular, builds awareness.
Whereas thought leadership, longer, deeper, less frequent, builds credibility, sparks conversation, provides insights later in the buying journey, and isn't a direct sales pitch.
Right. It's about positioning the firm as an authority, shaping the conversation.
And the benefits ALShimaa lists for thought leadership make sense. Tackling complex buying journeys, driving sales indirectly, differentiating the brand.
Acting as modern PR, even fostering industry change. It's a longer game.
A much longer game. She summarizes the differences nicely too. Problem solving versus conversation starting, quantity versus quality.
Selling versus building authority, the research depth needed for thought leadership, today's problems versus tomorrow's.
Influencing the narrative, boosting product authority versus overall company recognition. Knowing the difference helps you choose the right tool for the job.
Okay, moving to part 2 of ALShimaa's articles on content. Here, she really focuses on service providers in AEC.
And she includes that quote from Scott Butcher.
Oh yeah, about how essential content marketing is now in AEC for everything. SEO, social, email, BD, it fuels the whole engine.
Exactly. It underlines that quality content isn't optional anymore.
Then ALShimaa shares Butcher's 10 practical ideas for content. I thought these were great.
Me too. Very actionable. Things like project stories, but client-focused.
Discussing new products or tech pros, cons, how to use them, how tech solved client problems.
Highlighting client and vendor stories, talking about industry trends, sharing lessons learned that builds authenticity.
Newsjacking relevant events, repurposing existing content like presentations, FAQs.
And even using secondary research. Lots of avenues there.
And then, very timely, she touches on using AI tools to help create thought leadership content.
Right. Tools for research like Perplexity AI, Find, Consensus, writing assistants like Jasper, Otter.ai, GPT-4all, editing tools like Grammarly.
But she makes a crucial point, doesn't she?
Absolutely. AI is a support tool. It shouldn't replace the actual expertise, the original thought, the authority that comes from real experience. That's key.
Wise words. Okay, Article 5, also by ALShimaa Allam. Developing a marketing plan for AEC companies.
Back to basics here, in a good way.
Yeah.
She starts with that overview of the AEC landscape, architects, engineers, contractors, developers, understanding the players.
Which is fundamental, right? Knowing who you're marketing to.
Definitely. And she stresses why marketing is so crucial in our competitive field for brand recognition, lead gen, increasing market share.
She links marketing directly to growth, establishing the brand, generating leads digitally and traditionally, and showcasing expertise to win more work.
These are the core business reasons why you do marketing.
Then she walks through the steps for building that strategy. First, identify your target audience, deeply understand their demographics, needs, where they hang out online or offline.
And second, set clear marketing goals. Goals that align with the business objectives are measurable, time-bound, and tracked with KPIs.
That alignment is critical. Marketing shouldn't be off doing its own thing. It has to drive the firm's goal.
Exactly. Then she covers the strategy's digital mix: SEO, social, content, email, PPC, and traditional print, direct mail, events, PR.
And mentions using a template to structure the plan, which can be really helpful.
Often, she suggests, a blended approach works best, hitting different touch points.
And finally, measuring success. Using KPIs like website traffic, conversion rates, brand visibility, client satisfaction.
Using that data to make decisions, optimize, and improve, it's a continuous cycle.
Her key takeaways really summarize it. Align with growth goals, avoid chasing shiny objects, understand the firm's real aspirations, create resonant content, and plan consistently.
That planning piece is fundamental for sustained growth. It's not a one-off task.
Right. Let's move to Nikola Jovic's article, Effective Use of SEO, Social Media, and Email Marketing.
Nikola kicks off with a powerful idea.
Yeah.
Your online presence is your professional profile now. Your resume, your portfolio, it's shifted online.
And he singles out LinkedIn, saying it's basically a necessity for building trust and showing expertise in AEC.
What I found interesting was his take that LinkedIn is still a relatively untapped opportunity in AEC.
Because not enough professionals use it strategically.
Exactly. He feels there's room to really master it and stand out. He even shares his own story.
Yeah, going from a regular user to a thought leader with followers and job offers just through LinkedIn. It shows the potential.
It's a compelling case study in itself. And then he does that brilliant comparison of the two Andreessen summer posts.
Oh yeah, that was fascinating. Analyzing why one works so much better, authentic image, bold text, targeted hashtags, versus the other.
And the tips he gives are so practical. Mobile optimization is key. Concise hooks, genuine images, focused messaging, little things that make a big difference.
He argues many companies miss the mark because they just set it and forget it on LinkedIn. No real strategy.
Right. He calls LinkedIn the Facebook of 2012, meaning high organic reach, great for B2B, especially reaching execs. It's a prime opportunity now.
So how do you build authority there? He gives a step-by-step guide.
Leveraging personal and company profiles, building human brands, focusing on quality connections, not just quantity.
Providing value before selling, creating relevant content, mixing professional and personal stories a bit.
Optimizing copy for a business audience, using LinkedIn ads smartly if needed, and that power of focus.
The 90-day challenge idea. One topic, one audience, one problem.
Yeah, that focus really helps build momentum and establish expertise quickly. His main point is that LinkedIn is this content ecosystem for showing skills, building relationships, and growing business beyond just old school networking.
Definitely makes you rethink your LinkedIn strategy, or lack thereof.
For sure. It's clearly an essential tool for AEC BD today.
Okay, Article 7 brings us back to Russ Monrose, measuring marketing ROI and improving campaigns.
And straight into the critical topic of ROI. Russ emphasizes that measuring it isn't just about justifying spend, it's crucial for actually improving your strategy and results.
If you don't measure, you can't improve.
Pretty much. You're flying blind otherwise. He stresses setting clear goals and KPIs before starting any campaign.
Define the goal, establish the KPIs, pick relevant metrics, research competitors. And, I like this, talk to your sales team.
Yes. That sales team input is gold. They know what's actually landing with prospects.
He explains the basic ROI formula, the need for proper attribution models, figuring out what actually drove the result.
And the importance of tracking using tools like Google Analytics, Social Insights, your CRM, then segmenting and analyzing the data.
Breaking it down by customer segment or campaign lets you see what's truly working and what's falling flat.
And based on that data, you improve. Optimize ad spend, A/B test everything, personalize using ABM techniques for key accounts.
He also covers marketing automation and retargeting for nurturing leads, but with that GDPR caution.
Right. Retargeting is powerful for staying top of mind with interested prospects.
And looking beyond the initial sale, evaluating customer lifetime value, CLV. Focusing on retention through upselling, cross-selling, loyalty, great service.
Because keeping clients is usually cheaper than finding new ones. Maximizing that CLV is smart business.
He pushes for regular reviews monthly, quarterly checking campaigns against ROI goals and benchmarks.
Keeping that feedback loop going, he lists tools like Google Analytics ads, HubSpot Salesforce, Social Insights,
And adds some EMEA-specific context, trust building, thought leadership, localized content, regs, standards, compelling visuals like projects, BIM models, digital twins.
And reiterates that trusted advisor factor, which is huge in AEC globally, but maybe especially important in some regions.
Definitely a comprehensive look at making marketing accountable and effective.
Absolutely essential reading for anyone managing a marketing budget.
And that brings us to the final piece, Article 8, the summary to Week 5, also by Russ Monrose.
A nice wrap-up, tying all the threads together.
He recaps the week's focus. Marketing strategies for AEC business development. Hits the main points again.
Digital marketing's importance, content marketing including thought leadership and blogging, the need for a plan, SEO social mail tactics, and measuring ROI.
And just reiterates that core message. Effective marketing isn't just nice to have. It's vital for growth and survival in the competitive AEC world today.
A perfect summary. It really drives home that marketing needs to be a strategic priority for any AEC firm looking to succeed long-term.
And with that comprehensive summary, we wrap up this deep dive into marketing strategies for the AEC sector.
We covered a lot of ground indeed, from the digital shift to content creation, planning, execution, and crucially, measurement.
Hopefully you've picked up some actionable insights to apply to your own business development efforts.
We look forward to the next edition in this key learning program.